Hello beautiful people, my name is Kristen. Thank you for taking time to stop by my channel. I do a variety of videos that kind of share things that bring me joy, right? Books and fashion and some lifestyle boxes and just vlogs, but one of my favorite things is transitioning my hair. And I have learned three basic kind of categories of important lessons that I wanted to pass on to maybe encourage some of you that are maybe behind me in the journey or going along with me in this journey, because sometimes we just need some encouragement. Because number one is the decision is kind of the hardest part, like really knowing that it is your time to go ahead and transition. It is a big deal. It's important. You know, our hair is our crown of glory, and I decided probably over a course of 2 years, kind of wrestling with it, thinking about that. What does it look like? What are the pros and cons? I think I even listed on a piece of paper for myself, you know, what I would gain and what I would lose and all that kind of good stuff. So it's okay that we struggle with that, and it's okay to go back and forth and flip-flop, but make the decision. And then once it's made, that's kind of the hardest part. Number two is get support. I know that for me personally, it was really important that my boyfriend, who became my husband, really supported me in that decision, because I felt good about that decision. But I went to him and said, what do you think about this? Because it really mattered to me what his views were, and he was on board with it. He said as long as I didn't dye my hair in a natural color, he didn't care what color it was, and he's really been complimentary of the natural color as it's come in. So that's been helpful. But even if you don't have your primary support, I have come across story after story of people that once they started growing it out, people change their mind. So you can get your support from a lot of different places, and you might want to bargain with some of those people that you really honor their opinion and say, give me 6 months or give me a year. You need at least 6 months to really see. So maybe they do that. But if your primary support is not in favor, that's probably a message to you that maybe it's not. I do know that my aunt let her natural hair come in. Her husband looked at it and said, I don't like it. And she said, I've gone through a lot to get this. So if I dye my hair, I will be dyeing it until the grave, and you're going to pay for it. And he said, done. And she's now in her 70s and been dyeing her hair her entire life. And I think that's a great story, and it works for them. It still works for them. She'd be fine with it natural, but he still likes it colored. So there you go. We all have our choices. We get our support, though, from friends, from coworkers, and what's weird is once you start doing it, you get all the support from strangers, right? People start noticing, start joining in. If you need, Facebook has several different support groups. They are filled with amazing, awesome women who share their photos, and men. Men do this too, who share their support. There is a lot of support out there. And YouTube videos. There's a lot of us out here talking about our positive experiences. And you know what? I totally support you. If you are deciding to go natural, I give you a big thumbs up. I think that is awesome. And third, most important lesson is that we are going to have some good days and some bad days. There are going to be some days that we are so thankful and so happy and so proud that we are doing it, and we're just thinking, yes, we look younger and more awesome than we have in years. And there's some days that we go, oh, just I'm wrestling today. Today I feel like an old hag. You know, it's like, woo, you know, and because it takes a long time. It's about 6 inches of growth per year. And I didn't realize that when I started. I thought within a year I would have long, beautiful gray hair. But really, for my hair now, I stopped dyeing December of 2018. And so this is about 19 months of growth. You can kind of see I did have it blended where I put blonde highlights, and there's a lot of different choices we can do as we grow it out. This under here, this hair is completely the natural color. It is darker underneath than on top for me, and that was a nice discovery too. We get to discover all these things, so that's part of the good days, bad days. When you discover things that you like, you go, woo! And when you discover things, you go, that wasn't what I was expecting, or I'm gonna have to get used to that, or I'm gonna have to play with that. And there are all kinds of ways we can play with it. Different shampoos, different overtones, undertones. We can do highlights. We can just watch the demarcation. I loved watching my really dark, it was dyed really dark brown, and so there's a really clear line that was growing out on my hair. But I got married, so I didn't want that in my pictures, so I softened it all. There's no wrong way to do this, y'all. We are in it together. You figure out when's right for you, you make the decision, you get the support, and then you realize it's a process with good days and bad days. And the day comes when we're done. So I'm thinking I've got about another 6 months maybe to get rid of the last dye, probably another year before it's the full length that I love with complete gray no dye. But I'm enjoying the ride, and I'm glad that you're with me. So if you want to continue on, like and subscribe, follow along for more videos of all sorts, and I look forward to hearing you. You can leave me a comment, let me know about your journey, where you're at, how you are doing. If you need more support, I'm happy to give you an applaud back in the comments. We got this.